What's up, residents, and welcome to a new series I want to do, Demon Slayer character guides. And today we're going to start off with Tanjiro Kamado. Now, he has a lot of moves. Well, everybody has the same amount of moves, but he has probably one of the most useful moves. Let me start with his forward special, being Water Wheel. And as you can see, we were in neutral position, so you can really use this to close in distance. Now his second special, his neutral special, is Water Basin or Waterfall Basin. Also covers a little bit of distance in front of him, and I believe it's also safe on block, but has a lot of hits then. 5 hits, does a crumple, and yeah, does a crumple, and then you can still just kind of pick them back up. So you can see, even when they like fully fall, you can still pick them up. Go for a full combo. Alright, so that's pretty useful. His DP is 6 from Whirlpool. Also covers distance. I believe it's safe on block. If not, they might change it to unsafe on block. And it does about 16% damage. Pretty useful. You can't dash after it. You can't do anything after it. You can't switch characters, at least not until it's too late. And you can't you can call assist, but it's not going to connect. See, so it's really mainly used for a combo ender. And as for Tanjiro's attack strings, we have his neutral attack. That's 16% exactly. And from there, you could combo it into his super. And then obviously with everything else. So combo to Waterfall. You could combo it into Water Wheel. And you could combo it to Whirlpool. Now the good thing about Water Wheel here is it also resets. So after the third hit, see, boom, it reset. New meter, continue combo. If they don't know that it resets, then you could kind of just keep him infinitely into death. However, it's also a bad thing on your end, because if you don't get your timing right and they do know it resets, then they go block and then go into full punish or whatever the case. Let's see what's next. His up combo. That's not the up combo. The up combo, or the launcher, you follow up into a dash, and then you do like waterfall into combo. Oh, not waterfall. You can do basin into combo. Sorry. When you do water wheel, it kind of resets. And like I said, the reset is kind of good for you as a player if you plan ahead. But if you're unsure that it resets and you think you're good and you're not good, like I said, it goes into full punish. And I wouldn't recommend doing just straight water wheel unless you have a plan. Nice. Water wheel does follow up into the basin, so that's cool at least. Alright, well, let me get back to my meter. So as you can see, you can do that into that, and it works. Now when we're talking about chaining specials, like I said, water wheel into basin, you could do water wheel into basin into whirlpool. Give you a nice 57%. I always would say that I recommend starting off with water wheel, since it could beat out most things like a dash or maybe even attack if you're lucky with it. But I don't think it could beat out other projectiles. I have to test it. Better than that, I always say recommend start it with that, but you got to make sure to quickly follow up with basin or just any other attack as soon as it hits. It might not even work. Yeah, okay. It might not work. I recommend maybe doing an assist. Water Road just isn't good by itself. Unless you do it like that. So if you're gonna use water wheel, make sure you have another stock of meter, so you could immediately follow up into waterfall basin or whirlpool, because that's about the only other thing you can do with it. You can't, or you can do into your constant flex, so that's cool. But if you don't have that kind of meter now, or even if you only have one and you're trying to save it, that's not the best option to do. So just be mindful of that. Now for some combos, now there's only really, 3 directional. There's, like I said, neutral. Oh, this is down too. Also good. 1909, 19% combo ender. So if I do something like this, that's a good 34%. If you don't have enough meter to do anything else, it's good. So that being said, here are some combos that you could think about doing. So if we do his neutral string here, and then basin into water wheel, into basin to water wheel to whirlpool, 50%. It's pretty nice. Then we do his launch combo. Okay, that's also another thing. It's really hard to combo with water wheel when opponent's in the air. So maybe not that route, maybe something like ending it in whirlpool. Slightly less damage than doing the standard combo, but sometimes you just gotta work with what you work with. And I don't think you can do a dash. No, you can't do a dash. So like I said, you might in that case specifically, you're gonna have to use the whirlpool. And obviously you can't combo anything with your down combo. That's why it was mainly used as a combo ender. Like I shown earlier. That's the only thing you can really do with it. You can't assist after it or anything like that. It's just not gonna work. And I showed you the early combo before, starting with waterfall into basin, basically. And you get 57. And I think, I'm not sure how much more damage you'll do if you don't do that. So like, roughly around the same amount of damage. So I want to talk about TOD. I know we're kind of jumping steps, but let's talk about it real quick. I think he has one of the easiest ones in the game. It goes something like this. As you can see, the combo was super simple to do. It was really just 2 inputs into super. And with the ultimate, or not, with the surge, you have unlimited breathing meter. So you can do whatever you want. While it won't kill, sure does a lot of damage, and it's good to just show off anyways. If you for some reason you're too early on it on your water wheel, and it's like, not what? You know, it's just, if you start off with basin, it's not gonna kill. If you start with water wheel, it's gonna kill. And don't forget, like, if don't underestimate the amount of timing you have in the corner with the combo timer when you start off here, because it looks like really tight. But so long as you hit it, it'll be just fine. Another thing, what I like so much about waterfall basin, you could do your tilt attack and then get a full combo off of it as well. Yeah, it's pretty decent. On top of that, as you see, waterfall basin also goes into grab. So really, I want to say that his most effective move is waterfall basin. It's really good for, really, if you catch him off guard, because you do so many things. I think that's the cool part about it. As for his assists, Tanjiro's assists, I recommend using Nezuko, because I think she has good properties. Like, if you use her forward skill, well, if I timed it right, if you use her forward skill, you could follow up, right? You know, won't be too much unless you use like in the middle of a combo or whatever, or use something like that. And then her neutral assist, yeah, also for similar reasons. And so I was labbing this earlier, but I think you could do a combo something like this. Well, I can't 100% remember it, but you could kind of like, you could really spam out these waterfall basins. Something like that, 49%, if we're feeling really flashy about it. And I didn't really talk too much about boost. It's kind of the same thing. You know, you want to start with water wheel and all that. It's kind of is what it is. But try not to end it with water wheel. Oh, unless you do that assist. Yeah, that might just work, so. That wasn't meant to whiff. Let's try it again. Well, maybe it might just whiff, apparently. Oh, I didn't have enough meter. Okay, let's try this again. So. Yeah, I guess something like that, but it's really not worth it. I guess the previous combos I showcased were better. So, yeah, just something like that. It's just, and you move really fast in while in boost, and I assume in surge mode, but you can cover great distance with this as well. Yeah, so you have quite a bit of speed to zoom around, but be careful in ultimate or in boost in surge mode, because people are gonna try their absolute most to back away from you, and then it's kind of a waste. They're gonna do something like this or something like this, right? Or they'll call out their system block. So just be mindful of that. So yeah, the combo I recommend doing on people is the waterfall or water wheel basin into whirlpool, right? And then with surge, if you're in surge and you have your ultimate R as well, and your extra meter, then I recommend going for the TOD. And that's kind of just how you want to play Tanjiro here. You know, he's not too hard. He's pretty simple, right? And I mean, overall, I think it's pretty well rounded. Now you'll probably see most Tanjiros do this combo here into that, and then maybe into something like that to grab. I think that's a nice bread and butter if you have trouble with the timing between water wheel to basin or something like that. There's really a lot of combos you can do. Just mess around with it. Matter of fact, Tanjiro already has a fast moving speed, but I think it's only in boost that you can see it more. Also, quick tip: you block with your right trigger or your right bumper. You move and block. Do some sort of wave dash, and since you could do it into counter like that, just make sure you don't counter by accident. So just take your time. Left, transition backwards, right. Don't push block either. It's really hard, but you just gotta get your movement going. So I believe it's to counter, direction you face, and block. So you start from a different line, and in between rounds you could do it too. So all right, so finally I want to show you guys some block pressure. So I set a cost of the block here. So pretty much basin's your best friend for against block because of the multi-hit, right? So it's like that, it's a water wheel, that, right? And it didn't take 2 or 3, whatever. It's like, let's see, it'd probably take 2 3 basins, and this is why I say to use Nezuko assist, because of this. It's around the same amount of hits as basin, and you can combine blocks and block strings to something like this. And a free 60% off a guard break. Obviously, you don't have to do that after the first basin, right? You're going to grab and all that. Obviously, after guard break, or even if you're just dealing with it, not gonna expect it, and grab through your assist. Also a good way to break them. Another way is like I'm thinking maybe another way is if you do something like this, and then it resets them. That's the only problem. But you might just be able to do something like that, and boom, a free 40%. Obviously, they still gotta have no partner guards, so they'll break out of it. And oftentimes, when blocking, players will do a push block. So if that's the case, let me show you what you should do. So I got my second controller here to show you the push blocking method, right? So say you're attacking, and they do that. They do that, right? So, and then now you're free for a combo. What do you do in that situation? Well, it's pretty simple. This is a universal thing, but if you're just attacking, right? You're doing your normal block string, push block. What you want to do is jump. You don't want to jump backwards, or I think you could do a dash backwards. Let me see. Yeah, so didn't even do that. It's hard to use two controllers. Right, so it's like, just don't keep attacking. That's what I'm trying to say. Because then even with push block, right? So that was terrible. Hang on. He's not push blocking. Right there. You're wide open. So just kind of be careful with that. But other than that though, I want to say you should just start with basing into assist or something like that. It'll break. And just kind of do whatever. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this guide. Hopefully you guys learned a thing or two how to play this character. And next guide I'll be using Nezuko. Just give me some time because I don't actually really know how to play her, despite the fact that I use assist a lot, or her assist a lot. So just give me that time, you know. And in the meantime, show love and support and all that. And we just gotta keep it coming. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
What's going on, man? The freestyle official, dude. Pennies or a dollar or a bond or stock. Watch him chop it up and make you feel the groove. Watch him chop it up and make you feel so rude. Watch him make you break it down. The music will just ooze. And all around town, people trying to get